Now don't get excited, that is not Santa by the chimney. The black and white is getting repainted to be nice and fresh. In today's episode, a solo 2-day trip in New England to where the mountains meet the sea. We will be touring an old oceanside village. We're going to go shopping. We're going to look at old homes, and there's going to be a bit more. I hope you enjoy. Good morning, kindred spirits. Well, I'm getting ready. I'm literally in my car right now, getting ready for a very slow ride up towards Camden, Maine. If it wasn't slow, it's about 4 hours with maybe one stop. But I am going to meander slowly. It was supposed to be nice today. It's raining. I have my little touch of fine living. I have some dianthus with me and some catmint. And then I have my kindred spirit mug with some coffee. And I have another coffee in a thermos just in case. And then I have my Parisian bag with cameras and things in there. Now, this is a part Nestled trip, New England Fine Living for those who are new, Nestled, N-E-F-L, and part visit to the wedding facility at the Samoset Resort. I'll be meeting with the wedding planner there tomorrow morning just to finalize some things for my stepson and future daughter-in-law's wedding. So I thought I would take you along, and we're going to do a little shopping, some sightseeing. I really actually don't know. I'm winging this. I booked a room, and we're going to go from there. I don't even know if I'm going along the coast right now or inland. I'm just going to look at my navigation and figure out which way will be the slowest, less stressful, and someday I'll tell you why I do not like highway driving. Well, I just stopped at the Tourist Visitor Center, and I'm not sure if I'll do this maybe on the way up, possibly the way home, but I've never been here. 16,000 square foot showroom of antiques. I might have to twist my arm, and I think it will be open by the time I get to that location, and it's right on the way, so maybe I'll have to stop. I wasn't back on the road very long until I had to turn around and pull over in York, Maine to show you these two homes. I loved seeing how the flowers were set in front of the homes as if they were framing them, and the color is just so beautiful even on this gloomy day. This is all, I believe, catmint right up the front, and this has given me some inspiration. Further down the road, I'm going along the water edge, and this is low tide, also in York, Maine. But about an hour or so later, I started entering downtown Camden, and this town, it's a very rare village in New England. It's a place where the mountains meet the sea, and that's kind of their little logo. And it's also where Peyton Place was filmed, or at least part of it. I loved seeing this at one of the local stores. But I was lucky enough, I got parking right up front, and mind you, this is not the busy season yet. In a couple weeks, all these little towns along Route 1 and shooting off of that on the coast are very busy. So if you're traveling to New England, you might want to do the beginning part of June. Now, I'm staying at the Lord Camden Inn. This is not sponsored. As you know, I love to just share where I go. And the room was very quaint. It's, bed and sofa and a desk. And I chose one that overlooked this little river. I was going to do an oceanfront in another hotel, but I'm like, I'm just going to be sleeping here. I really don't need anything, over the top. So this was perfect, and it had a beautiful, I believe, newly remodeled bathroom. And I decided after this, I'm going to hit the road, meaning outside literally. I had 3 hours to shop before they all closed, and then I will go for a light dinner and a cocktail. And what I loved seeing were these black petunias, So many of the stores use them. I'm going to show you a couple more in a while. Now this is a shop called A Little More, and I like to stop in here. They used to have a large shop down the street, and it's an interior designer studio, but now they have this here. But once again, getting some inspiration, some decorating ideas. I did look at a couple local nurseries for the black petunias. I couldn't find any because I thought they would be perfect for that twilight moon garden, but I have an update on that. I'm still going to do that, but it's not going to be as soon as I thought. The green on this little building is so charming, it really caught my attention. And this is where I've decided I'm going to go grab dinner a little bit later. But first I'm going to take a look into this vintage antique shop and maybe look for some accessories for Emma's bedroom. These pillows were pretty much perfect, but once again, I've said in the past, if I don't really grab something right away, it usually means to me it's not right. So I put that back, and then I saw this picture. It's definitely that periwinkle cornflower blue that I like, but I'm seeing, I don't know, it's maybe a little bit too much out of the time period that I want to do. Then I found this picture with 2 cows on it, and I loved it. And these plates, the plates would have been perfect for the wall, but I only wanted one, and they're being sold as a set. Before it got too dark, I decided to take a little stroll around the village. Created in the 1920s, this amphitheater was made for the public library, and it does hold about 200 people for weddings and events. It is used, and it can be rented for 3 hours at a time, if I remember reading correctly. And it's just a little beautiful place to visit, and when you turn around, you can see the ocean on the opposite side. But I spied an old tree that I wanted to walk over to. Once again, I am thrilled that it's not crowded. Now, there were quite a few people milling around, but I got to sit on the bench and look at this view uninterrupted, not a lot of people walking by. It was really a nice, quiet visit. Of course, I had to look at some old homes too. I'm always looking for inspiration for our home and hopefully to share some with you. Now, I loved seeing this brick driveway and a lot of the front yard. I mean, less lawn care, right? And then I'm looking more at fences, and I see the widow's walk on that house. So much to look at. And then the landscaping, I'm looking at flowers and the shapes of plants around the trees and how they put the bark mulch and the different types of plantings and grasses. And look at the blue door and shutters. It's so sweet. Now, I wasn't expecting to come across this. Somebody is deconstructing a home, saving the pieces, and I love the name of the company, Second Story Builders. I mean, it's perfect. And over here you can see all the old beams with some of the bark on it. This is something you see in Sugarwood. And once again, I'm looking at some of these old homes, and I am in my element when I'm walking by old houses and gardens, and I just soak it all in, and I absolutely love it. Now this house, I sent a photo to Ben. I'm like, dormers and green shutters. We are definitely thinking of putting the shutters back, but we have a lot of repair to do before we do it. And I would just probably put it on the front of the oldest section of the house. And sometimes we chat about the dormers again, but after all of this construction, I just want to be done. Well, it's been a long day and I am ready for a light bite. So I'm gonna walk down the street. I've got my little bag again. I have brought a book with me. I'm going to sit and enjoy a little cocktail. And I decided just to do a cheese cracker platter that I saw online when I was trying to figure out where I was going to sit. And once again, there was a few people in here, but it wasn't busy, and I thought it was great. Ben's like, why don't you go somewhere that's busy and lively? Nope, not for me. Oh, and how did that get there? I did pick this book up at a local store, A Short Guide to a Happy Life, and I finished it. It is a short guide to a happy life. So, and then I'm out in the rain.
Well, I lucked out. There was a woman standing in the lobby of the restaurant, asked me what hotel I was staying at. I told her, and she reminded me that they were owned by the same company and had the same umbrellas to share. So she handed me an umbrella. And I'm so glad because I have a wonderful umbrella. As you saw, I packed in the car. I left it at the room. I didn't expect the rain to start while I was out to dinner. But it's beautiful out. I thought I'd just still take a little walk and enjoy the evening before I head back to the room. It's not a heavy rain yet, so that's good. Well, here we are the next morning, and look, more rain. So I'm right now going to get my car, pull it up to the hotel so I can pack my bags. Then I'm going to go to breakfast, which is a buffet at the hotel. And then I'm off to the Samoset Resort to meet with the wedding planner and discuss some things and finalize some things because we're getting down to the wire.
While there, we were playing with napkin folding and coming up with ideas for place setting at the rehearsal dinner. And while I'm here, I thought I would show you the tent where dinner and dancing will be happening after the oceanside ceremony. And accessible from the property is the Rockland Breakwater Lighthouse. Now it is about a mile walk out on that causeway that it's built with stone. You want to wear sneakers or flats because there are a lot of cracks and openings. Then I drove to the florist and I selected some greens to be used in some centerpieces I designed that will be used at the rehearsal dinner and then the next day for one of the areas at the wedding. I did decide to take quite a detour to visit the Cabot Mill Antiques. I thought it was going to be a couple floors when I saw it, but it is just one floor, but it didn't disappoint. After 2 days of rain, the sun is finally trying to come out during the last leg of my drive home, but I'll take it. I only have about an hour left to the drive, and it was so nice to have the sun out, and I could see everything was just so lush and green after all the rain we've had. It looks like I missed a little bit of rain here, luckily, but I am looking forward to pulling into our driveway, unpacking my car, and relax with Ben. It's been a long 2 days, but it was a very enjoyable long 2 days. Well, kindred spirits, thank you for joining me yet again this week. And if you're new here, I would love to welcome you to subscribe. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up, and I hope to see you next week as well. Bye now.